call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Allen.
Here.
Green.
Here.
LaFour.
Here.
Mistrovich.
Here.
Reindell.
Here.
Ricks.
Here.
Warren.
Here.
Good to see everybody here tonight. Approval of minutes for the city council meeting of April 17th would be in order.
Motion.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Is there any discussion on the motion or the minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also have the minutes from the budget workshop of April 17th. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Is there any discussion on the motion or the minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to audience comments on any non-agenda items, and we may have somebody here tonight that would like to speak. Kathy, if you use podium, state your name and your address to the clerk for the record.
Kathy Osbold. My address is 39520 Division Road, Richmond. Still haven't quite recovered. Basically, I'm just here to ask for maybe some recommendations for the next event. Obviously, this one was very overwhelming for myself and the city, and it went very well. I was happy with that. But moving forward, luckily nothing happened. But, you know, I had some concerns about the traffic and things like that that I heard about after the fact. So just basically here for, I'd like to meet with John for the next event and talk to him about that, maybe some recommendations from the city on things that we should do. Obviously, for me, I know that not just 2 porta potties, but probably 4. You know, I know there are things like that that I know what I'll need to do, but I think mostly the parking situation and the traffic. I'm sure that was a lot of concerns for the community, as it was for me. So that's why I'm here. Just kind of, I'm very open to what moving forward to the next event in July. I don't really believe it'll be as attended as this one, and several reasons. First of all, spring is people are ready to get out and do this kind of thing. So spring shows normally are really busy. Second of all, the one in July will be 2 days and not just 1 day. So that should, again, then break it up. So I don't expect the crowd like we did this time, but I also want to be prepared for that crowd in case there is. And I'd like to keep it where it's at, because I would like to bring that to the community so everybody profits from it, you know, the other businesses and the restaurants and things like that. You know, I've had offers to take this and do this elsewhere, but I don't want to. I'd like to keep it in town. And, you know, mostly why I do it is to get recognition for my business and for people to come to Richmond to shop at my shop.
Well, certainly need to work with John on future events, and if that needs to come back to council for action, it will. But that was an outstanding event. There's no way you could really plan on having that many people in such a short period of time coming through our town. But it's a good thing to have. It's a great thing to have. I was extremely proud of the fact that you put that together and pulled that down the way you did. And with the help of administration. I live right there, as you well know.
Yes.
And I had to come and go at least 3 or 4 times for, it was opening day for Little League.
Yes, I
And
know.
I had 4 or 5 of them playing at different times. So I'd come home, warm up a little bit, and, you know, run back over to Little League and and whatnot. I didn't have any problem. It took a little bit longer, but it
Right.
really wasn't that bad. So,
Yeah.
and I've heard people that, the traffic was backed up all the way to South Forest at Maine. Well, that's a good thing. That means there's a ton of people in our town, and that's what we want for these events.
Right.
We don't want to go to all the trouble and all the work that you had and any work that the administration had and police department and anybody else. We don't want to do that for a handful of people. We want to do that for a lot of people. So it's a good problem. But yeah, one comment, was, and we've had this during good old days, and we've worked it out over the years, but it's taken years to get it to evolve.
Right.
We've stopped parking on one side of the street during the event, so in case an emergency vehicle could get through. Those are the types of things, we've already kind of hit on that.
Right.
We had a get-together with some people on Saturday night, and one of the items was, wow, it was a great day, but if there would have been a problem on certain streets, it would have been very difficult to get an emergency vehicle through. Well, it's pretty hard to plan for when you don't know if you're going to have 500 people or God knows how many you had.
Exactly.
10,000?
I'm guessing about that, maybe
Yeah.
between 12 and 15, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And how do you know? I actually called John up a couple of weeks ago when I saw it exploded on Facebook, and I had stopped promoting the event myself on Facebook when I saw it. When it got to 15,000, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do anything more. But it just kept, as social media does, evolving, and that's when I called John and I called Barb Templeton, and I said, the community needs to know what's going to happen, and you're the best way for me to get it out there quickly. And I do thank the administration for all the help that they had, especially John, thank goodness, down to the trash cans. I had thought about it in the beginning, totally spaced on it so that type of thing. I need recommendations and help in that manner.
Mm-hmm.
In moving forward with that. That being said, moving to the Richmond Rummage and Relic, I mean that's a community-wide event, so the other thing that'll be spread out throughout the community too. It won't be everybody trying to get into the middle of town. So again, even if we were to have that crowd, I don't think it would be as bad because they'd be dispersed more than they are here. I might have the opportunity of I don't know if anybody's familiar with Carrie Kuski. She's had an HD TV show a couple years back, so she's going to be promoting her paint possibly at the next one. So there might be a crowd that particular day, but of course, I will let everyone know and kind of arrange things for that. But basically, I'm just here to let you know I'm very open for recommendations moving forward, because I did think of that. My friend came to me and said, do you know how the traffic was? It was crazy. And then I thought about it that night and was like, oh my God, what if something would have happened? Thinking that's why I was like, we need to do things differently, I believe, for the next one. So,
But again, I will reiterate, it's a good thing.
it is a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It is a good
And
thing.
thank God nothing did happen, but.
Yes, I'm very
with the
thankful
crews
for that.
we have between Richmond Lennox EMS and our own police department, our own fire department, they would have got there.
Yes.
They would have had a way of getting there
Yeah.
one way or the other. And so it wasn't something that was on the top of my mind while this was all going on. It was a concern, but
Yeah.
we've done it during the festival
Right.
where we've had to get somebody where nobody figured they would even be able to get to. They
Yeah.
got to them right away.
Right.
So, and a little bit of inconvenience, just like during the festival time,
Right.
is going to happen. But it was for the better of the community, the entire community. One of the other things I heard was somebody right away said, "Well, we're going to, get smart buses, to move people from spot to spot." And one business person immediately said, make sure that they have to walk down our main street to get
Yes.
there. Because if they don't walk past our store, they're not going to know we're here.
Right.
And that's one of the things I really saw when I did go down Main Street a couple of times. People were meandering
Yes.
both ways, and they were shopping.
And that's the point of doing this right in the middle of
Exactly.
town. We want people to get to know our town. And, I mean, we had people from Canada, we had people from Ohio, we had people from Sault Ste. Marie. There was a wide range of people that came. And that's part of putting of an event on like this, is to get Richmond on the map a little bit. And I would like us to be known for this type of market. And hopefully some more shops will pop up and, it'll be an incentive, hopefully. maybe.
No, it was very, very good, Kathy. You did a
Oh,
great job.
thank you.
Any other comments? Thank you.
Here's some flyers for the next two of them. Always marketing.
Always marketing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, adoption agenda. Mr. City Manager, any changes?
No changes.
City Council, any changes?
None.
Being not, motion to accept the agenda as presented would be in order.
So moved.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Support.
Motion been made and supported. There's no discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Moving on to items for consideration, which we only have one this evening. It's consideration of renewal of telecommunications right-of-way permit from the Macomb Intermediate School District. Mr. City Manager?
City Council is scheduled to consider reapproving the Metro Act permit for the Macomb Intermediate School District for their fiber optic network that they operate within Macomb County. Specifically, this permit will be for the portion of that network that's within the city limits. According to the map that is included in your background brief, the fiber optic network comes up Gratiot, down 31 to Forest, then up Forest to 32 and across to the school. This was installed back in roughly 2000, and it is part of a countywide system that allows all the public school systems to communicate with the MISD.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Macomb Intermediate School District's Metro Act permit application form for the portion of their fiber optic network located within the city of Richmond for a 10-year permit.
What's been made and supported? Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. City Manager's comments, sir.
I'll be passing out right now the city manager evaluation forms. There's the evaluation form and a memo on top. We would like them returned to Mayor Pro Tem Ostrovich by the next council meeting, so if you want to take one and pass the rest down. As Kathy said, great turnout to the Junk in the Trunk and Vintage Market, and wanted to thank, actually, it was the mayor who kind of called me and reminded me about the trash, and so thank Good Old Days for helping with that aspect of the event. And just, it was a great turnout and great to see a lot of people out and about, and as you mentioned, Mayor, I think no one knew quite exactly how to gauge the turnout, and so now that we can, certainly I think administration can and council can work with them to take the appropriate steps to help get traffic flowing a little better, and so as you said, a good problem to have, but great turnout. And I was down, I stopped up there a couple times in the morning, stopped back at Tivoli's, and there were people in Tivoli's eating lunch that were there from the market. So even down there in the next downtown area, there were people going to those businesses. So
John, did we, I didn't ask you when we've talked about this. Was there any accidents or anything because of this? If anything, people were driving slower.
Yeah.
And more aware of all the people walking around
Right,
town, so
right.
they were much more, cognizant of the fact that they needed to drive safely.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
good.
Not that I'm aware of, haven't
Yeah.
been told of any from PD side, and so, yeah, no.
Good.
And then just a reminder, the National Day of Prayer is this Thursday from 12:20 to 12:40, and I did get confirmation this morning that Rotary will be here with the pizza for lunch.
Very good, very good. We move on to council comments. We'll start at that end of the table tonight.
I have none. Nothing tonight.
Nothing. Rob? Nope.
Good. Good.
Michael?
Just as a reminder, as the city manager said, please try to fill out your evaluation and bring it to the next meeting. And then I still have the spreadsheet, and I'll compile the results. And then I'll get with the committee, and we'll meet and go over them, the results, and put
Very
together a
good.
presentation for the city manager.
Very good. Okay. And on to myself. The calendar, today being May 1st, the city council has met again, like we did at the last regular city council meeting, and met at 5:30 this evening to go over certain parts of the budget for the upcoming year. And we will do that again on the 15th before the next regularly scheduled city council meeting right here at City Hall. We have a recreation board meeting tomorrow night, Tuesday, the 2nd at 7 o'clock, I believe, here at City Hall? Or is it over at the recreation board meeting? Is that?
Tomorrow night is here.
It is here, okay. So that's a recreation board meeting here tomorrow night at City Hall. As mentioned, we have the National Day of Prayer, 12:20 to 12:40 here at City Hall, located on 32 Mile Road. Remember, we did move, and that will be a nice event that we do yearly here. The Cable Commission will meet on the 9th at 7 o'clock at City Hall. The Planning Commission will meet on the 11th at 7 o'clock at City Hall. And St. Peter's will be having old electronics collection on the 13th at the church from 10 till 2, Emily?
Yes, in the north parking lot.
Okay, okay. So any old electronics you'd like to get rid of, St. Peter's will be collecting those on the 13th. And of course, the 14th is Mother's Day, and we wish all the mothers a very, very happy Mother's Day. Is there anything else that we need to speak to on the calendar?
Just a reminder, I did email out to council, but I'll be off on that 12th, taking a vacation day.
Okay, can we go see your mom?
Yep.
Good, very good. You send our best to her.
I will.
Okay. If there's nothing else, there is no closed session this evening. Is there any other business of the city council this evening? Being not, motion to adjourn be in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. There's no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion passes. Thanks for being with us tonight.